just say?
What part didn't you hear?
You didn't say where you was from.
You want to know where I'm from? You said ethnicity. You didn't say where I was from. I'm from Michigan, Detroit.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to Detroit, man. So how you feel about the prompt?
I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, it would be nice, but most of us don't really want it.
Who is most of us?
Most black Americans don't want reparations.
First of all, black Americans aren't owed reparations. Foundational black Americans are owed reparations.
Okay, so most
There's a
FBA
difference.
don't want reparations.
Well, I've never ran into one that said they don't want it. I don't know whoever, who would say that?
How did most how
Who
did
would say
most
that though? Like,
how did
how would
most
that even make
FBA
sense?
people vote last election?
Excuse me?
How did most FBA vote last election?
Most FBAs probably didn't vote. Most tethers voted last election.
So are there more black immigrants in America or natural
No, there's
born?
more immigrants as a whole,
But
as
we're
far as
talking
in
about
all
black
type of
people.
demographics, as far as in all type of demographics other than foundational black Americans. And that's for the Hispanics, Asians, and as a whole, there's a lot more immigrants, yeah.
Okay, so again, we're talking about black people, correct?
Not just black people, but yeah, we're talking about black
Yeah, the,
people.
the, the prompt says foundational black Americans. So
Exactly, because
reparations
you keep
wouldn't.
leaving that part out. You keep
So,
leaving the foundational part out, and we already know that there's a distinct lineage called foundational black Americans, not just black Americans. You know that black American shit is very
so
loose.
how are
Excuse
we?
my
So how
language.
do you want to differentiate between foundational black Americans and other people in this conversation? Because that seems to be a hang up.
Well, whenever you just mention, you know what I'm saying, though, us as Americans, make sure you say foundational black Americans. I don't understand
No,
how that's
when I
hard.
said black Americans, you had an issue with that.
Right. I just told you why. There's a
Okay, but
difference
when I
between
say
a black
black, I'm
American. Hold on,
clearly.
wait. Hold on, wait. Hold on. We ain't gonna talk over each other so we can listen and learn from each other. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, I just told you there's a distinct difference between a black American and a foundational black American. So whenever you mention foundational black Americans, put the foundational before it. Otherwise, you're talking about somebody else. Get what I'm saying?
What was my question to you?
You didn't have a question. You
I
just
did
made a
ask you a
statement. No,
question.
no, no, no. Wait, hold on. You made a statement, and then I told you I've never heard nobody say what you said. So you didn't have a question for me.
So I didn't ask you how most FBA voted. I didn't ask you that.
You got me there. What's the point?
How did foundational black
What
Americans
was the
vote?
point? What was the point of what was that point of what was the point of that gotcha moment? Oh yeah, I did ask you a question. What was the point of that?
You said I didn't ask you a question and I asked you two questions.
Cool, but what was the point? What's the point of the gotcha moment? Like, what are you trying to do
Sir, there
now?
is
Like, what
no
are you trying to
gotcha.
prove?
I asked you a question. You said I didn't.
Okay,
I repeated the
okay,
question back and you said, okay, you
okay,
did
cool.
ask me. But I'm going
Right,
back
right,
to the
right.
original question.
Okay, which I answered.
Okay, you said most didn't vote. How do you know that?
The same way most immigrants voted because you know what I said was true.
Yeah, so exit polls don't make a
Hold
distinction.
on. You know what I said was true. You see
So
what I'm saying though?
so
So you
exit
know most FBAs didn't vote
okay,
because they don't most FBAs don't go Democrat or
you
a
don't have to
Republican.
vote Democrat or Republican in the election, sir. You can still vote.
Okay, there hasn't been a third party to vote for.
Jill
So
Stein ran. Marianne Williamson ran before her twice. Bernie Sanders was running in 2016. Third party candidates are a thing. And even without that, you could write in a candidate. And even if you don't like either candidate that's running at all, you still have to vote because there were Senate and House seats on the ballot.
correct. So okay, so what's the point of how FBA's voted? Okay, FBA's voted Republican or FBA's
Most voted
voted
for Kamala
Democrat. What does
Harris.
it matter? You just said yourself it doesn't even matter. So what was the point
I
of
didn't
all that?
say it doesn't matter.
Okay, but you said, but like you said, motherfucker vote this way or vote that way. So what's the point? It's the lineage, and we're
Most
talking about
people that look
reparations.
like you voted for
If
Kamala Harris.
if
I'm
if
trying to
you're an
tell you.
FBA, if you're a foundational Black American, you chose to vote Republican, or you chose to vote Democrat, or you chose to vote third party. However you chose to vote, what does that have to do with us getting reparations or not?
So again, people that identify as foundational Black Americans
Mm-hmm.
voted for Kamala Harris. The majority did.
Which would have, which, excuse my language before I even say it, which would have did us up in the end, because she's an immigrant and she would have looked out for immigrants like the Democrat Party have been doing. So I mean, I'm trying to figure
So
out
wouldn't that prove
what's
my
so,
point?
what was your
Wouldn't that
point?
prove my point based on your
What was
perspective?
your point? That's what I'm saying. What
My
was your
point
point? You
is
brought up
you
the
can't vote
voting
against.
thing.
I'm trying to give you your answer, but you keep. My point
Mm.
is you can't vote for people who are against it and then say you want it. Correct?
Wait, hold on, wait, hold up, wait, hold on, hold up, wait, stop. Are you telling me right now that you've never heard before voting for Kamala Harris that somebody from the FBA lineage wanted reparations? Are you saying that you didn't reparations wasn't a conversation before Kamala Harris?
What are you asking me?
So you're saying that being that people voted for Kamala Harris and she was going to look out for immigrants, all the while we thinking that she's going to look out for us, because she running this Obama scheme, just like she ran just like Obama, she running that scheme. I'm black things. I'm this and I'm that. So being that, we thought she was gonna do something for us. You're saying that we voted for somebody that we knew was not gonna give us reparations, and now all of a sudden that she didn't get in. We what that we didn't want
What
it.
was
I don't
Kamala
get.
Harris's
I don't get.
position?
Look. Listen. I'm
You're
trying to
making this
figure
more
out how.
complicated than it is.
Listen. I'm trying to figure out how are you putting what people voted for and all of that shit due to the fact that us getting it or not. That's what's
Do you
confusing
want me to
me.
answer
Like
your question or no?
I thought you. How many times you gonna twist it up on me then?
I didn't
Because I
twist it
thought
at
that's what
all.
you've been
What I
doing.
said was very clear. People in the chat understood it. Her position on reparations is she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't support any legislation
And she
for
didn't.
can
She
I
didn't
can I
speak
finish
on.
a
She didn't
statement?
speak on. No, but she didn't speak on that until after she lost. We didn't know that she wasn't gonna do
She
nothing for
spoke
black
on it in
people until after she
2019
lost.
also, sir, when the Griot interviewed her. And she literally said she would support something like the Lift Act that helps everybody, but as far as something that just supports African Americans or foundational Black Americans, she said she wouldn't support that. And that was prior to her running for office.
Okay, so your big whoop de whoop is, why are we begging for reparations when we voted for somebody that wasn't gonna give it to us? Correct?
Makes sense to you?
Hell no, that don't make no sense,
So
because
you
she
just
was
proved
running
my
like a black
point.
woman. Because she was running like a black woman. That's why she got up there and said she washed her greens in the bathtub and she thought she was black. As soon as she said all that, but what is you talking about? A lot of foundational Black Americans did not vote for her.
Well,
So I don't know
90.
what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so substantiate that with data then. Because exit
Look it up.
polls,
Look it up.
sir,
Look it up. The same
you
information
got to
you
let
went
me
to go
finish a
see.
sentence. Exit polls do not differentiate between FBA, black immigrant, or anything else. It just says black. So unless you can show some official data that actually breaks down the exit polls like that, then you don't know what you're talking about.
Cool. So how do you know what you're talking about then? How do you know a lot of FBAs voted for him then? How can you say they did if you're telling me the polls don't read that?
Because I listened to them and they say they voted.
Man, get up out of here. Now you listen to everybody, huh? Get up out of here. Now you listen to everybody, huh? Get up out of here. Now you listen to everybody. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You people say stupid shit when people say dumb shit. Excuse my language. I love TikTok shop. I love TikTok shop. I love TikTok shop. But people say People say things. People say just gibberish. You just went off the just because you see I can admit when you get me in a gotcha moment. Okay, yeah, damn, I forgot. You know what I'm saying though? You did ask me a question. Boom, I can admit that. I don't just go off the rails and say anything out my mouth. No, I'm not finna do that. You see what I'm saying? He just told me, he just said out of his mouth, man, how you gonna say them wasn't FBAs? The polls don't read that, so you can't say that it wasn't FBAs. All right, so how can you tell me that it was then? Oh, because I talked to him. You talked to 50 million people. And they told you talked to 50 million, your buff ass talked to 50 million people, and they told you whether they voted for Kamala or not. Man, come on, man. Get up out of here, man. People be saying the most random things. And then, first of all, you got me up in the air, in the moon, talking about politics and who voted for who, when that don't have anything to do with our reparations. We thought she was going to get in there and do something for blacks. We glad she opened up her mouth and said that she wasn't. So cool. And I don't even think that statement was made in 2019. I can't say right now when it was made, but I don't even believe that statement was made in 2019. But let's get some more people up in here, man. Let's get some more people up in here. Raise your hand, man, if you're trying to get in. Raise your hand if you're trying to get in. Hey, yo, shout out to you. What's your name and your ethnic background?
SB, I'm black. What is a foundational black American?
A foundational black American is an American that's been here since this country started.
Indigenous.
Indigenous? Yeah, that's very vague. That's very vague. We don't go off indigenous.